Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. ULP 100% forum members. Mbalbe kontana njom na safe anonsani amidede. Malena gerem dilena santa. Extended my greetings to all and sundry. I think it is important that we as a country, Gambians, to reflect on what transpired from 2017 to date, because it is important that we share thoughts as people. Something is happening, and something had happened of which still the Gambians are not being treated with utmost respect and dignity that we all deserve as the electorates of the country. Gambia, when we talk of good governance, or democracy, we have to understand what it means. Because the reason we establish a government is to make sure rules and regulations are in place whereby each and every citizen of that country will respect and adhere to at all times, and ensure that justice will guide our actions towards the common good of the nation. That is why we have a government. A government is not about you coming in to enrich yourself at the detriment of society. It's not about you occupying positions of which your only thoughts are to enrich yourself. What can you get and not what you can do for your country? Because the people elevated you. With all your education, with all your qualifications, it comes down to the Gambian people. If they want to elevate you to the highest positions within their government, they will elect you to occupy that office. Therefore, if you are elected, you must be there to ensure that the rules and regulations must be adhered to at all times. Be it you, be it the ones that you're gonna bring on board. For instance, if you are the head of state, you must be ready, like, to deal with what your duties are. But clearly, Adam Barrow and his entire executive members failed us from day one. If they didn't fail the Gambian people, surely this would have been resolved from day one regarding the assets of the former president of the Gambia. It would have been resolved in a manner in which no Gambian will be left in darkness. I have been on record to have pointed out the fact that they are doing things that which will eventually haunt them, because all I can see is that they were so greedy, so hungry, and the fact that they suddenly acquired power in the country, they couldn't even understand what their limitations are, what their legal responsibilities are. They thought to themselves, we now control the country, we own everything. Not the Gambian people. We. Who are these we? The government and the mafia network of the country, not the average citizen. But in order to extort everything that belongs to you and I and exclude us from the entire process of that extortion scheme, They have to come up with strategies of which they have to create an illusion of which they can hide and say, you know what, we actually held a commission of inquiry into the dealings of the former president and his associates and his family and whatnot. All right. And we were able to make this amount of money, this, that, and the other. And yes, end of story. Gambians, swallow it. That's all we have for you. And by the way, we're not even going to disclose anything. Not the names of the buyers, not the items that were confiscated from our former president, nothing. Yes, everything will be done and it will be justified because I am the Minister of Justice. I am the chairman of the commission. I am the lead counsel. I am the president of the Gambia. I authorize them to do whatever that they're going to do. And guess what? They did it and it's over. No, it doesn't work that way, does it? In a democratic state, it doesn't work that way. Power belongs to the people, and the people come first. I have long argued, Gambians, that how can we all justify the fact that a man ruled the country, laid the foundation for our national development, like him or hate him? The truth of the matter is that the man did exceptional things that were unimaginable back in the days. Why? He brought in electricity, built universities, built hospitals, paved roads, built estates, educated 250,000 Gambians to attain higher education. You know, he did a lot of things. Now, how did he do it? Yet we all knew at the time that the former president was under sanction. He was a soldier. So when he took over the country, just like the brothers are experiencing right now, our revolutionary brothers, right? Okay, good. But however, he was able to pull it off. He was able to sustain his government, went on to transform the country. No matter what he have done, he did something good as well. Now, if we as a country gonna judge that person, how about the people who were working with him? No. But in the case of the Gambia, it is about President Jammeh. He should not have anything, or his family members, or anyone who is affiliated by tribe. Why would I insist on pointing out that fact? Because if it was to do with the Gambia, who would look at tribe? Why would you go after a man who served you for 22 years, Gambians? He did so many things for so many families. Yes, horrible things happened during his government. No denial of that. Some were victimized, like any other government. Okay. But how do we deal with that? Was the question. What we now saw is this. When they came, instead of using their 7 common senses and deal with sensitive issues and ensure that they will maintain their own integrity, what they did was, oh, we're going to go for it and we were just going to blame Jammeh for everything and steal everything and loot the entire country and then justify it by hiding behind the constitution of the Gambia. Not a clever move. What they could have done was to be extremely transparent with the Gambian people. Put aside their emotions, use common sense to dictate their actions, and ensure that everything that they're going to be doing, Gambians ain't going to be left in darkness. Number one, tell us how much, what they in fact confiscated from the president, the former president? We don't know. Ma ne kenn xamul lan lañ jël si président Jammeh. Former président Jammeh rek ñu mun a wax lan ak lan ak lan ak lan ak lan la bàyyi Gambia. Ko président Jammeh drone sa fo Gambia dingole ate munni bula Gambia kono. Bara ka fo ko nyim man sa kundale be wo folantolye. Atelier la wala. No. They're not telling us the truth. And I have facts to back up my statements. If you look at the Jammeh Commission, why are they so scared about Gambians talking about them? Like my auntie, why is she thinking that she is going to run to court to silence the Gambian people from talking about their own work of iniquity? And I have proof, evidence to back up my assertions when I say that they knowingly acted clandestinely behind closed doors without following the due process of the law. Yet they are lawyers. Yet they claim they are representing us Gambians. Yet, we don't even know what they've done. The magnitude of their extortion is yet to be uncovered. Let's look at their reactions, right? As soon as this journalist dropped an article of which he exposed the conflict of interest of Batambedu and revealed certain things, they all went mad. Everybody is running around cleansing themselves from any form of responsibility. Yet they were the people receiving wages in the name of serving the Gambian people in whatever capacities that they were being that they held back in those days. For instance, the finance minister, Amadou Sane, came and said he knew nothing because the sales didn't happen when he was there. So, in essence, Mambure Njai replaced him, and yes, I have confirmation that Mambure was indeed involved in the sales, okay? Now, but what role did Amadou Sane play before he left? Why not clarify your own personal role and what transpired from A to Z? Not just whether you sold it, you were there when the sold began or not. No, we say, what do you know about the process? And what was gathered, that which you know? Because many things were sold and was never listed down, Gambians. Many things disappeared. And it was like wanter. You know wanter? That's what they were doing. And it appears to me that some people were acting in the name of other people, whilst others are acting in the name of the state. I don't get it. I will come to that. But I just want to let you all know, Gambia, that these people have failed us. Okay? They failed the entire country. And it must be made clear to all of these people involved that it comes down to collective responsibility, like I have insinuated and asserted long time ago, that it's a collective responsibility. All the leaders of the coalition 2016 are responsible for what we all are talking about. and many more things that we aren't even considering yet. Okay? I will have questions to ask. Wow, my auntie, Amie Bensouda. I know you love to sue, right? Okay. Even the journalist here is making reference that you guys did things that you don't want people to talk about. Because, and if they talk, if you don't mind, they sue you. Isn't it sad? Isn't it shameful? Li gàcce la ba yow nit yi dañoo toog sax xam ko subconsciously ne Amie Bensouda soo waxee li nga xam ne mooy jëfam daf la dee yóbbu koot xaw ma nag kan moo nekk koot foofu de si high court yi Gambia yooyu leen fi nga xam ne yow Amie Bensouda foog nga ne képp ku wax rek da nga ko war a yóbbu koot waaw ku tudda sa tur te yow yaa sa boss Surahata Jane ngeen def liggéey bi nga xam ne is so questionable ma ne ñun xam nañ lu xew sax te dinaa la ñëw laajte ay questions all right te Gambia dama bëgg ngeen jël note because lii if at all we all need justice and we need clarity, yes, I will share few informations of which hence these journalists have so much data to go through. I will just share this information with you guys, and I hope that he will collaborate the story as we go into these episodes, because I guess he has so much to share with the Gambian people, like he said. But I would then want to ask all of you Gambians, why was this information kept from you and me, yet the commission worked for us, Barrow is there for us, every one of them is earning their wages from our taxpayers? Why? If Mr. Mustafa K. Dabo, an investigative journalist who is an outstanding being, and brother, well done. And once again, we salute you for your exceptional work. Now, I'm still wondering, why was that information kept in a computer somewhere, in a flash drive somewhere, until Mustafa Dabo was able to access it? Why was it not declassified to the people they were working for? Albert Dokuola Mulie, Munatina Atomo information o be bondi, folabongo an investigative journalist le tata, yela doku okay, for Italy blow law everything na regarding the Janet Commission report and whatnot. And what report of Gambia, I want you all to understand. War report is not the gospel truth. Because Kule Ketamulialonko is not even involved in the report. People don't even know that these people did this or were involved in this. So there is no transparency, there is no accountability, and there is no legal basis for what happened. Because Barrow cannot justify what happened. Amie Bensouda cannot justify what they've done. Surahata Jane cannot justify what they've done. They've seized vehicles of which belongs to people without any documentations to prove that they collected those vehicles from those individuals, for example, and those vehicles are gone, not accounted for. We know so many things that are not being accounted for by the commission, and they want to tell us that they've done a brilliant job. How? How? Okay. along, we must all agree on point that nimmoɓe doku la doku killing nyanta Senegal must be accounted for. So if you give me a job to take note down and take a note of every item that I find in this house, I am telling you, one step at a time, like Mamadi Kurang did when he was handing over everything that was within his possession. It was all listed as exhibits, and everything was recorded with clear signatories of those who, in fact, receive it. Meaning he had a clean break with everything to do with these people and the assets of President Jammeh. A clean job. Oh, but he's been accused of missing expenses and whatnot by Amie Bensouda. Amie Bensouda, we don't care about missing expenses and fares and whatnot with his team. We don't care about that. I have so many things to ask about you yourself and what you also know about what I've discovered here. All right? Based on my own independent investigations as well. All right? So, Gambia, waaw ma ñëw dugga si waxtaan bi nga xam ne nag suma anti laa ko jagleel ak Gambians yi yëpp, because I would love to know who these people are and what they've done, whether it has been authorized by those who are running the commission or by the state. For example, Alpha Capital, right? We've seen his statement and we've seen many statements, but we want to know, what do they know about these characters that I'm about to share with all of you, inshallah. In continuation, Gambians, like I said, xam ngeen ne suma anti mu ngi suu Krang, I don't know, Mamadi Kurang, 444 million. Mu ne su noppi wutee daf ko suu. Okay, so lu mu bugga mooy Mamadi Kurang mu dem si looyam bi, xaw ma Kumba Gueye xaw ma Kombe Gueye, right, guys and law firm bi, because ñoom ñoo dee represent suma anti. From the legal lawsuit bu ma gis, ñu ngi demand ne Kurang dafa war a noppi, bu mu waxati dara li nga xam ne luy méngoog Amie Bensouda la, te lépp lu musa binda si Facebook am bi nañ ko na ko bring down. Interview yum def yëpp na dem mu delete loolu yëpp si plateformes yi ba pare mu dem tam si gaay ñu binda benn statement boo xam ne ñoom dañoo d'accord ak statement boobu leen balaa mu ko release, mooy ne daal mu jébalu, right, ne Amie Bensouda baalal ma, yow kenn du la laal si dëkk bi, you are untouchable, right? Okay, fine. Based on the context of the legal suit, that is what she is demanding. And if Mamadou Krang doesn't comply with it, and they gave him a duration of which he will have to do all these things, if not, yes, they will go ahead with the lawsuit. So I don't know what my brother's stand will be, whether he will succumb to these ridiculous and baseless threats. But yes, here is what I would want my auntie to tell the Gambians about. Okay. Hence, they were the Janet Commission. I stumbled into like an information of which like baffles me, and I want some form of clarity from whosoever might be there to do that. Amie Bensouda doesn't like giving interviews, so we cannot ask him how these direct questions. But I wish that she can come forward and tell us what she knows about this specific operation. Gambia, during the Janet Commission, there was one character called Kara Abdoulaye Jammeh. Does it ring any alarm bells to any one of you? I don't know. I don't know him, but I guess people know him, right? So atol mulie Kara Abdoulaye Jammeh long laftale pour aller ñing information or investigate further. Ngalong ko talaleng B, he is gone. He is no longer with us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him highest of places in Jannatul Firdaus. Amin ya Rabbi. And all the departed souls. Amin. And but these are informations that is very important and is crucial for Gambians to hear and know of what transpired behind closed doors, because Kara Abdoulaye was given a license. According to he is an auctioneer. The late Kara Abdoulaye Jammeh was an auctioneer. During President Jammeh's time, something happened. Okay, so his license was revoked. Akamunako wato mina ate bala President Jammeh jamano aka auctiono leke. But this Kara Abdoulaye another cool nata kake miya lonko mansakunda Jammeh mansakunda nata la license revoke, meaning ate auctiono kela no again malon fo ya penalized like or whatever, but fenne keta dal alhamdulillah miya lonko I don't know. Okay, excuse me. So in other lines, according to this information. But that Kara Abdoulaye, for whatever reason, he is linked to many people. Okay? From our investigations, that the late Kara Abdoulaye was linked to Landing Mai in Bakau. He lives in Bakau, okay? This Kara Abdoulaye. According to he is related, I guess, with Landing Mai. And that Kara Abdoulaye knows Amie Bensouda. He refers to her as his sister. Right? According to, and that the same Kara Abdoulaye, the late Kara Abdoulaye, also is related or knows Dabo, lawyer Dabo. Okay? So now, this Kara Abdoulaye, as soon as Jammeh left and they instituted the commission, Kara Abdoulaye was given his license to operate as an auctioneer. Again, I don't know. But yes, he was basically having the right to go and sell things again, meaning he's back in business. As soon as the coalition 2016 took over the country. And I have list of names who, of course, can attest to the fact that they were all active in dealing with this specific person called the late Kara Abdoulaye Jammeh. One Bala Job. Bala Job, yow yaa ngi dunda, right? Brother, yow xam nga ne lu ma wax ni dëgg la. Yow ndoyi Kara Abdoulaye nga woon, di late Kara Abdoulaye. Yéen yaa leen daan dem di jaay bagaas. You guys used to roll and go and sell stuff, right? Right. So take note of this audio, right? I guess you owe an explanation to the commission that will come after to investigate what truly happened behind closed doors. Okay? So Bala Job, you were one of the people that are of interest to the Gambian people. I guess you know what you were doing and what you saw and everything else that many are concealing. Now, according to Kara Abdullah, he was given his license by two lawyers, his brother and his sister, and he's representing them according to the late Kara Abdullah. So he was going selling stuff with Salif Kaur. Salif Kaur, you are alive, right? Yange Dega. So Salif Kaur, yo xam nga kuy kuma wax ni ya nekut ci aduna, so man ma ngi fen mu ci degam. Waaye yéen mi nga xam ne yaa leen dundaat foog naa ne da ngeen owe Gambian si an obligation. Okay, if there is any commission out there to investigate, I would be very interested to see these people being questioned about their own roles and activities during the time Kara Abdullah was actively engaged in selling the belongings of our former president on behalf of the Jana Commission or members of the Jana Commission. Whosoever gave him the authority, we don't even know. However, he made it clear that Amie Bensouda is his sister and that lawyer Dabo is his brother. That's what he often said to to one of my brother, who is alive as well, because he was trying to tell the brother to come and work with him, and my brother refused. As soon as my brother saw Jammeh stuffs, he said, no, I'm not touching Jammeh stuff. I'm not working. He left. So, there we go. And after that, we've been monitoring the activities of this group of people that I'm now revealing Gambians. You have one Nuha Job. Nuha Job, you are alive as well. You know what I'm talking about. I think you also owe an obligation to the Gambian people to come out and tell us what you know and what you've done. Okay? Together with the late Kara Abdullah Jammeh, okay? Ibu Njai also is late. Yal na ko yara hare arjana, jegal ko. Mom tam, he lives also in Bakau Newtown, right? Ibu Njai was also one of those people who was actively going around with Kara Abdullah, helping basically to sell stuff. Okay. And Sumana Kebe, you are alive. I think you should also come out and explain to the Gambians what you know about this specific transaction of which many items were sold. Okay. Now, Aki Oloba, I understand that your father is a Sierra Leonean and you were also involved one way or the other. Okay, so please come out and tell us what you know. Okay. Sediba, ite fanang, inyanta fintila le ya fo molie, muneketa, anuye munlong, for one thing. It's very important. Right. And Sumana Kebe, I think you are a mechanic at the State House, right? For the military, whatever that you do, I don't know much, but please, atolbe nyanta fintelale alia formulie. And one interesting character that I would want my auntie to tell the Gambians about is one lady called Fatu Drame. Okay. Fatu Drame, according to, is a sister to Amie Bensouda. Now, Amie Bensouda is Amie Drame. So, Fatu Drame is a sister, according to, of Amie Bensouda. So, Auntie, what do you know about Fatu Drame? And who authorized Fatu Drame to be the cashier of this group of people who were selling the stuff of of President Jammeh? I want to know, and Gambians deserve to know, right? Gambians. Tur yu ma oo nii yëpp, right? According to benn group of people la ñi nga xam ne ñoo doon operate. ñu ne ñoom commission baa leen yónni pour ñu dem di jaay bagage yi former président Jammeh yi. Groupe boobu Kara Abdoulaye Jammeh moom nekkatut fii nii moom dafa génn àdduna moo lii doon groupe bi. Salif Koor mu ngi fa woon Nuha Jobe mu ngi fa woon Ibu Njaay moom it dafa génn àdduna. Ansumana Kebe mu ngi fa. am na benn tubaab sax bu tudda Peter xawma moom tam daf daan dem foofu leen gaa dañ daan ànda. waaw Bala Jobe mu ngi fa woon ak Seydi Ba. waaye ñii lu ma jaaxal mooy suñ demaan ñu jaay everything according to dañ dee ñib si ñu dem dajaloo si kër yi Abdoulaye waaw Kara di leet Abdoulaye Kara Jammeh. so mu ngi amee woon table bu mag boo xam ne suñ jaayee ba pare dañoo ñëw ñu tuur xaalis bi yëpp si kaw table bi ñu compter suñ compter ba pare according to ñu ne Fatou Dramé bii nii dañoo séedoo ñoom lu ñoo séedoo ba pare moom mu jël xaalis bu des ñu def ko si baag bi moom mu dugal ko si motoom bi mu dawal dem. every day ñu ne right choice lañ dee dem soppi nit ji so suñ demee jaay ba pare dañoo ñëw si kër gi yulli bagage yi baxa bi konte séedoo lu ñoo séedoo ku nekk dem soppi nit ji right choice xaw ma fan mooy right choice but that's what they said ñu ne am na supermarket bu nekk bu tudda right choice Gambia so foofu la gaay daan dem so ñu ne jigéen bi ni cepe bi moo dee amee baxa bi mooy kan mooy Fatou Dramé moo dee yóbbu xaalis bi ma ne leen ne fan lañ dee yóbboo xaalis fan la ko dee yóbbu aka woo ko doo Samba Mintole I don't know and they don't know but this Fatou Dramé please wherever you are I understood that yow yaa ngi Angleterre sister waaw from what they told me ñu ne yaa ngi doon dawal Honda yeah waaw ñu ne yaa ngi doon dawal Honda benn moto Honda time boobu leen so ñoom Kara suñ jaayee ba pare yow yaa dee collect baxa bi yóbbu ko I don't know where so sister da nga war a génna te I hope the journalists as well will be able to tell us more about these people because character yi nii ñu ne ñoom dañ leen empower pour gars yi dem jaay bagage yi président Jammeh te maa ngi dégg journaliste bi mu ne am na auctioneer sax am na ñi nga xam ne ñu ngi doon jaay ñoom sax seen boppa du ñoo doon jënda loolu dégg la because ma jox leen exemple according to ñu ne Kara Abdoulaye bi nii nga moom moo doon jaay moo doon auction according like so moom moo dem mu jël the banquets gi nga banquets yi nii suñ amee Gambia bool yeeg palaat yeeg kuddu yeeg yu président Jammeh daan li fi noonu nit yi mu gars yi mun a saaf doomi aadama yi moom moo jël loolu ak leneen ak bagage yu bëri te lu mu ko jëndee imaginal yow nga war a nekk koo xam ne yow yaay fix price bi yow yaay jaay yow soo waree jëndal loolu naka la mooy ne yow da ngaa xool tracteur sax nga jënd ko booy $100 su la neexee wala $1,000 nga value ko loolu parce que yow da nga ko bugga yaa ko jëndal sa boppa di after yow yaay génnee 100 rek dugal ko si ba pare maak ndeyam ne waaw ma ne $100 laa ko jaayee kan moo laa wéedi kenn yow yaay auction bi su Gambia ndax nii la affaire yi war a demee lu ma leen nitalil nii dama ne maa ngi challenge Amie Bensouda right mu weddi ma ne Sulayman yow loo wax nii loolu amul Kara Abdoulaye nekkutoon di jaay bagage yi président Jammeh te ñun commission bi waxuñ ko pour mu jaay ko fan la amee licence ami moom moo doon wax lii de moom moo wax ne Amie Bensouda système la suma broda bi la doon jéem a convince ne ko ne ma ne kaay ñu liggéey mu ne ko ne kaay ñu liggéey su la neexee sax every day dañ laa fay wala every week wala every month ba bés bu liggéey bi di jeex trakito yeeg façon bagage boo budul bagage yi jine la gaa doon jaay every day dañoo jóor xaalis compté séedoo lu ñoo séedoo Fatou Dramé collègue di res dugal ko si moto Honda drive dem yoonam gaa yi dem soppi ni right choice noonu lañ ma ko tegalee so ma laajte suma broda bi ma ne ko ne ok yow léegi wax ma lan mooy yow sa reason lu tax yow bokkuloo mu ne ma ne bro man du ma bokk si loolu ok let's just make sense of this alali suñ former president dëkk bi yëpp ñun ñu moom ko ay group of people am right pour ñoom ñu dem jël bagage yooyu rek dem di ko jaay ku leen neexa mun nga leen a call yow because yow bëgguñ yow nga xam sax duñ la wax nothing dañ laa romba nii waaye suñu bëggee yow nga xam mun nañ laa call ne la ma ne booy kaay jël lii waay moto bi waaw ñu list ko down yaa ko jënd waaw nangam so yéen ngeen foog ne liste bu gaay génnee nii won ñu ne waaw Gambia ñun doon jaay bagage président Jammeh yëpp 1 billion lañ am loolu dëgg la wo mu toñalti ngo ngam ñu min falie Gambia alta ale ñu nka roke and I'm glad that Mr. Dabo aketa moleti mi alanko he is not being biased ko aya fonyami mol bele daba kono collective responsibility whether UDP NCP everyone was involved including APRC militants from members all APRC from daba kono le yeah soldier daba kono le dol bijele ye suñarole ke when Jammeh went okay Nko hane feneta mi alonko is not yours. It's thief. It's theft. For one thing, you are a thief. Simple as that. Because what doesn't belong to you doesn't belong to you. Whether you bought it from a third party, sixth party, whatever party, look, it's not yours. You knew the source of that wealth. It's the former head of state of the country. I'm going to sell this car for 200,000. Well, a tractor, I'm going to sell it for 100,000. Does it make sense? No, because that person selling it doesn't own it. Momut ko mota. Yow di nga jënd sa bagage bu seer ak sa xaalis nga dem jaayee ko loo xam ne yow come on man pono bi rek jarul loolu waxatuma la engine bi te yeen Gambia kenn du defar foofu sax lifin cycle sax kenn du ko fa defar waaye mu ngeen a jël moto yu expensive yoo xam ne xamu leen nuñ ko bilee ngeen ne yéen da ngeen ko wanteer because yéen dañ leen jox di authority pour yéen ngeen jaay ko ba pare ngeen jox ñu fake documents di ñu wone we sold this for this, we sold this for that, we sold this for this, as if we are fools. No, we're not going to accept this report. We are not stupid. We want everything that went missing to be returned back to the Gambian people. Lolu moy dega bi. Ñun sen su niti di yobu niti court. That's just rubbish. Amie Bensouda dama la waxal dega. Dama ne yeen lo len def dafa graw. Defu len ben liggéey bi nga xamne bu baax la. Comme journaliste bi lu mu wax la de dama ne let's begin where it all started. Lan ngeen si président Jammeh. Na président Jammeh tam génnee moom listam bi nga xam ne lam bàyyoon Gambia. Moom lam bàyyoon Gambia nañu ko génneel mu tegal ñu ko yéen ngeen génnee li nga xam ne ngeen ne loolu ngeen siis si loxoom ñu gis nag ñu compare si ngeen a xam ne Gambia ñii waxuñ dëgga they're not telling us the truth. All right am na ñoo xam ne tey ñu ngi amee ay kër yoo xam ne leer na leen ne du seen bos te dañ ko sàcca si loxo Gambia ni manipulate situation bi ràcca ko jëmale ko ñoom seen kanam loolu moo am si commission bi lii nekkut commission is not a commission waaw moo tax ñu def close door bidding bi yow bidding lan ana xaalis bi because ñoom lu ñu wax ak dëgga come on man what is $1 billion? What is $1 billion? What is $1 billion? That's nothing. Gambians, ñun ñu nekk ci Europe bi rek, let me tell you guys again. ñun ñu nekk ci Europe bi rek, last year we contributed $46 billion. So 45 times more than lan lu gaay wax ne loolu la Yaya Jammeh moom lum am. ñii dañu wax dëgga. ñii waxuñu benn dëgga. They're not telling us the truth. Ma jox leen example. From Adama Barrow laa wax de. Down to the last person. ñoom ñëpp a bokka. moo tax lii du mun a set naka lay setee. ñii dañ leen war a génne foofu ñoom ñëpp ñu tegee leen aside ñun ñu ñëw xoolal jàkkaarloo gaay soo déggee da ngaa cover sa morom da ngeen fa toog simple. It's the only way you guys will know the truth, Gambians. Bugg leen loolu waaw okay continue your partisan politics, right? But patriotic citizens do know the truth. Wow. Because many people are hiding so many things that which Gambians don't even know. Yet we deserve to know. Na fengola ndol letamu. Ndol ma fatoli ko aleta alia pisi pasar atol alafita ala nyami. Alia be sunya nyokoto. Alia be tek momo ka fonte dati je. Fine. Al dati je, but you guys set the stage. Tonyale for tonyande atol layake. Collective responsibility. And to see to it that like my auntie will jump and wanna sue somebody for just questioning her own involvement in a commission of which she was the late counsel. Yet Gambians are having so many questions that are yet to be answered. Like I said, my auntie was a close associate of the former government. How can she be the lead counsel of the commission? How? Under what circumstances can Gambians justify that? Naka la Barrow di muna justify loolu. Amie Bensouda ñun ñëpp xam nañ ne moom bokk na si ay deal yi nga xam ne suñ former government bu gaay di investigate président Jammeh ak nguuram moom si boppam moo nekkoon ñoom bokk na si lawyer yu ko daan defar ba mu baax ñu te dafa am kotam. Come on man. So kooku naka lay mun a ñëwee toog di ne moom dafa jéem a investigate bossam te moom moo bossam yëpp a daan deal gaay di jaay suñ state assets. It's like the pot calling the kettle black. Yo so ne Yaya Jammeh dafa tilim kon Amie Bensouda yow tam da nga tilim di. So ne Jammeh dafa sàcca yow nag yow lan nga def. What did you do? So why is it that you were not willing to investigate yourself then? So how many you're gonna be the lead counsel of that commission? You must be willing to scrutinize your own self. Why young and no one should scrutinize your own actions within Jammeh's government? So whoever even dares to question what you've done as well regarding the Jammeh commission that you were the lead counsel, oh, you're gonna take the person to court. No, I mean, auntie. No, I'm very. It's funny, man. Dama la ñaan rek holal. Hey, retire for sa claim bobu len. Waxal Kuba mu relax. Do yow yaa ko instruct mu act on your behalf. Wako ne na cool li is gonna backfire on me spectacularly. Du baax. yeah waaw du la jig yow waaw dafa dem uñi ji lu bari li nga xam ne sax you don't deserve it, right? Gis nga integrity boobu bugg a protect. The only way you can do so is by coming clean. It's not about hiding behind the laws. Okay? Dafa nuru Fatou Dramé. Lu ma wax ni dafa am ñu ko seede. And she was introduced as the younger sister of Amie Bensouda. Mu ngi nekk Angleterre ñu ne. Waaye dama bëgg a laajte nag. If that is true, moom ban right la am mu dem ba Gambia mu nekk cashier of those who are selling Jammeh's assets. Te su collègue baxa bi ñoom balaa gaa yi yóbbu ko sax dañ dee njëkk a séedoo according to xanaa noonu la bagage yi Yaya Jammeh. Come on man. Right, then we go to Alpha Capital, right? According to ñu ne Alpha Capital bi waaw yow Alpha Capital lan nga xam sax si ku ma wax ni Abdul Kara Jammeh xaw ma waaw because ñu ne yow xaw ma ndooyam nga xaw ma lanam nga waaye yow nag yow teg naa baar tambedu man mënuma understand daal foog naa ne yow baar tambedu daf la use pour ngeen jaay 44 kër yi den ñu daaxa courant right den ñu indi Kara Abdoulaye tam on the site pour moom muy def yeneen a yeneen man daal noonu laa analyser affaire yi because mënuma understand naka ngeen a waxee ne yéen Alpha Capital ngeen jël right but at the same time am na benn caractère boo xam ne kooku nekkutoon ndax yow Kara Abdoulaye yow la doon liggéeyal I don't get it so Alpha Capital wala ngaa leeral yow it de dañ leen a ñaan meen génn si leen ngeen wax parce que lii moom dafa ñagas lii is not acceptable all right lii waruta am suñ former président lu moom ñun ñoo ko moom suñ aleel la santuñ leen ngeen jaay ko santuñ leen ngeen sàcca ko doñ ne ngeen demal ñu ngeen fact findal ñu ngeen wax ñu lan la président Jammeh moom lan la jël li nga xam ne moomut ko yéen ngeen dem instead ngeen def that job ngeen dem jël everything lu moom ak lu moomut ak lam lebak lum lebut ak loo leen ma ne yéen da ngeen jël everything ngeen moomal ko seen bopp that's what you've done ba pare justify seen actions yet it's criminal it is criminal so gis ngeen commission bu Barrow di set ni sax parliamentary lifin bi ni dama ne man lu ma gënaloon Adama Barrow tax force ngay teg rek amut commission amut nii gis nga caractère yi nii yëpp la ñu invite benn nga tegal ñu nga wax ñu te gis ngeen bagage yi yaay président Jammeh former président bi fu munta duga dinañ ko luxati ku ko munta amee wala jënda ko whatever delloo everything delloo yëpp ñu account for everything waaw ñu dooraat zéro ñu seet nag lan la président Jammeh moom ak lan la moomut comme que ñu ne dafa sàcca ba tambeedu mu ne dafa sàcca let me give you all an example Gambia pour won leen ne ñii de just insulting your intelligence waaw loolu laa bugg a ñëw pour ma faram-fàcceel leen